The annual meeting of the North Waterfront Residents Association will now come to order. We have one item on our agenda, which is to elect new officers for the next year. And the format will be the following. I'll let you know what the office is and briefly what they do. We will introduce you to the candidates that the executive committee has forwarded. We will let those candidates give us a little background on them and what they've been working on. And if you have any questions, you may ask them aloud, and I'll call you names. So, and then if we have any nominations from the floor, we'll take those up. But any nominations have to be, one, living in our geographical area, and number two, members of NEWRA, which Mary can check. Okay, so we'll start at the top with the president. And this is the reason I'm running this meeting, because our president is running for re-election. And it is Ford Cavallari. Ford, would you like to explain why you'd like to be president for the next year, what you've been working on?
There, my name's Ford.
Stand,
Ford Cavallari from Battery Street. Thank you, and thank you for having me as a newer officer for a couple of years now, for last year's president. I have a belief that the North End is a very special place, and I want it to remain that way. I know that we have a lot of things that we want to improve about the North End, and it's this balance that we have to strike. And I think the only way to strike the balance is to get the feedback of people. And I have enjoyed trying to convene this meeting, try to get us integrated with some of the other neighborhood groups, to increase our voice, to try to push back when City Hall appears to be trying to mute us. And I don't think they do that knowingly or deliberately. I just think it happens in a big city. And I'm very proud to be part of the neighborhood apparatus that assures that we, the people, have a voice, and that our system of every person who's here, who's a member, can vote, is activated frequently so that we can get messages to our elected officials and others in City Hall. So thank you for your support, and I'll get even newer chairs next time if you vote.
Just a second. Anyone have any questions on Ford?
I don't have any questions, but are we allowed to make a comment?
Sure.
Oh, I didn't know you could make comments.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I'll be literally a brief.
That's the MS-13 gang.
I haven't known Ford for that long, but I've gotten to know him a bit better the last couple of years, and he's more than proven to be a strong advocate, strong voice from the North End. His ability to work with other neighborhood groups and other members of neighborhood groups speaks for itself. I have witnessed that myself. He's become very active with ADCO, the Association of Downtown Civic Organizations. That's been discussed at these meetings many times. I have wholeheartedly 100% support for re-election.
Okay. Any comment?
No.
Okay, we won't vote on each nominee until the end. If we have no opposition, we'll vote on the slate as a whole. Okay, now Vice President. Main duties are taking over for the President when he's not available, and member of the Executive Committee. David Goggins, who's been our Treasurer for the last year, is running now for Vice President. So David, would you like to present yourself?
I will, thank you. For those of you who don't know me, hi, I'm David Goggins. I've lived in the North End for 13 years now, and I've been your Treasurer for the last year. And over the last year, I don't think I've ever given a Treasurer's report, so here it is. Our coffers are larger than they were a year ago, in large part due to the fact that my fiscal responsibility, but also the fact that we've successfully, through Mary's leadership, expanded our membership roles. So, and additionally, through Ford's efforts to make us a 501c3, we're now a tax deduction for people's contributions. So for those of you that haven't enrolled yet and haven't paid your checks, please do. And if you'd like to make a contribution to our efforts, I understand we'll be using our funds to help or focus on making improvements to the product, which is a great cause. And that's the end of my Treasurer's report. My first and last. One last comment. I'm running for Vice President. because I'm told it has absolutely no official responsibilities, and that's eminently suitable for that type of job. I'm told the only, as Jim pointed out, the only responsibility is to fill in for Ford if he were to get hit by a bus. And I personally know that Ford looks both ways. I know there are a lot of tour buses that come through. He looks both ways every time he crosses commercial, so I put a low probability on that, but I'll continue to work on the executive committee and help foreign policy and help with the agendas every month if you'll read what we for Vice President. Thank you.
You're not a bus driver, are you?
No.
Any questions for our treasurer, David General? Okay, so.
Oh, and one other thing. I know for a fact that my, or the person who would like to succeed as treasurer is eminently more qualified than I am to be treasurer, so give her your full support.
Okay, so our next office is Sergeant-at-Arms. And our current Sergeant-at-Arms, Robin Reed, is running for re-election. Robin, would you like to say a few words?
Thank you, everyone. I've lived in the North End since 2003, and I've been involved with this organization for many years, thanks to Jim Salini. I was brought in originally to be the North End representative on the Greenway Board, and have since been so excited by what goes on in this organization that I did run for Sergeant-at-Arms last year, and have thoroughly enjoyed what this organization does and who it represents, and I'd like to continue with my involvement in the group.
Any questions for Robin? Yes?
I should know the Robert's Rules of Orders, and I have the ability to call in the police should this get disrupted.
And you're also ultimately responsible for counting votes and giving the correct count to the president. Okay, for the treasurer's role, which, as Dave noted, keeps track of our funds, we have a new candidate who's not currently an officer, but she is a member, and that is Ann DeLuca. Ann, would you like to say a few words?
Sure. My name is Ann DeLuca, and I live at 100 Fulton Street. And I'm a CPA, and I've worked in finance my whole life, and I support NEWRA, and what better way to support NEWRA than to become a treasurer.
Great. Any questions for Ann? Okay, one more office is our secretary. And again, we have a new member who's running for secretary, and her name is Jennifer Crampton. Jennifer, would you like to stand up and introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, I'm Jen Crampton, and I live at 63 Atlantic. I've been in the North End for about 12 years, first on North Street and then moved over to 63. I wanted to get more involved. Now that our daughter's 2, I have a little more time to do adult things. So this is a really nice break. My husband's watching her, and I feel like free as a bird. So anyways, Ford asked me to become involved, and I looked at it as a great opportunity to give back to the community. We love living in the North End. We try to be involved as much as we can, but again, with a young daughter, it's been hard the past couple of years, so if you haven't seen my face, that's why. But we are members, and I look forward to being more involved and helping out with whatever I can.
Any questions for Jen? Okay, good. All right, so now I will entertain any motions for candidates from the floor. Anyone has any? Okay, doesn't seem to be the case, so I think we'll put up the slate for election. Do you have any questions, Bob?
Well, I move that, seeing nobody else is running for office, that the acting president can cast one vote for the slate.
Okay, anyone second that motion?
Second.
Okay, then the slate is nominated and elected. So we will adjourn for cookies and refreshments, and the annual meeting will adjourn.